Try not to brag till you bring it up. Tunnel vision, block opinions, and I could give.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable Arrowhead Stadium. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the rookie 7th-round pick. It's Isaiah Pacheco. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
You talk about getting off to a hot start, a shutout right out of the gate. Think of the carryover headed into this one, the residue of that game. That means excellent practices, guys alert, ready to go. They'd love to hang a second one right here, right now.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 39. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll try again. Try to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. After through the raindrops, so good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. This is intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But we went went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play Week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or Week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular and open for more here in Week 2. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They go play fake. Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, because I'm not that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a save there. Well, we already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they felt like they could take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. We don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 15.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Charger drive about to get going. After the turnover, here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, we always talk about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Caught the ball. Never lost sight of where it was headed. He stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. This one is caught. It's Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Chiefs at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets your point in the right direction and sends no
touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 21 is him. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Charger drive about to get going. And early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Herbert. And this throw will be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He wants it all for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown score or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Charger drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you're going to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On first down, Justin Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major men.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone. And you don't want to give up that play. Now, a little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. So we've come upon halftime here in KC with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Charger drive about to get going. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
One of the things that appraised him in the first half is able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Returning it is Moore. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. Running on 1st down, Eckler. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Herbert. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back at their own 17. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 31, Mahomes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll look to throw here. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Booker is on target, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down. We talked about the thing specifically, linebackers keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now on 3rd down, that pass pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They snap it to Herbert. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Here's Mahomes to throw. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Chiefs are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just added into that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. It's Eckler again, and this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, still left with a 3rd down and 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. And he loses the football a 2nd time, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. An extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Thanks to Frank Clark, that play was doomed from the start. What a job defensively.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
They got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
He finds his target, Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stay home, and they stop him behind the line. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Herbert off of play action. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Mahomes going to throw it here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Charger drive about to get going. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
On 2nd and 12, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. George Karlaftis brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout, Adam, I think they worked